jogarmd and welcome back to another video on the channel, guys. Today we are going to be doing a post-match review of the game that we did have yesterday against Real Betis, because there was plenty, honestly, to unpack, and we will go through it all today. But before we do jump into it all, if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, comment down in the comment section down below what your thoughts were on the game. It is all very much appreciated, guys. But now we have accumulated another victory. It is the second victory to our season, to our La Liga season. And I do have to say, it was not pretty, right? For most of this match, I will actually say and give the team props that there was a better performance, right, as a whole. But those first 20 minutes, they were not that well. They were not that well played, right? But I would like to add that finally, Kylian Mbappe has scored, and he didn't only score once, but he scored twice. It was a brace for Kylian Mbappe on the night, and this is just beautiful from him. And because when it comes to the first goal, right, it was the man Valverde who sets him up perfectly with a little backheel pass, right, and just in the perfect space for him to just set himself up for that first scoring opportunity. So all credit to him, and really Rodrigo and Brahim to get that whole play started, right? But the second goal comes here when Vinny earns himself a penalty, and I have to honestly salute Vinny for this, because he could have taken that penalty, but he decided to take the high road and gift his penalty to Mbappe, and that is where Mbappe scored his second goal of the night. But like I said, guys, the performance was not perfect. It never was going to be perfect, right? We are still in the beginning stages of the season, but I would like to say and reiterate that it was a much better performance as a whole. I think the players were gelling much more perfectly, getting that ball movement much more quickly. And I just, one of those players that I would like to highlight of the night was Brahim Diaz, because he just, when he came in, right, he electrified that team. He always dribbled past his players, and if he didn't dribble them, it was just the effort that he made to make those plays happen. And another player that I just also want to emphasize is Endrick, because man, every time this kid, even though he's, the one of the youngest players on that squad and not the most experienced, right? He just, every time he's on there, and he didn't have a good preseason, let that be known, but he just made things happen even despite scoring, and he always looks like he's ready to score. But now, guys, let's get straight into the quotes, because Ancelotti did have some quotes, and this was his first one: that we are not at our best yet, but we will get there. Vinicius Jr. left the penalty for Kylian Mbappe. He was very unselfish. Their relationship is good. We had more balance today. The team effort was better than the last games. Vinicius, Kylian, Rodrigo have a very good relationship. We are very delighted to have the trio. So just a bunch of praise, right, for these players. And then he adds that Brahim was fantastic, as I just did highlight. And he adds, at a defensive level, jogarmd is irreplaceable. So those were one of the quotes that Ancelotti did have. But when we come to the side of Kylian Mbappe, he himself had some quotes, and this was his: "We are Real Madrid. This is a dream come true. I've already scored in this legendary stadium. Bernabeu is the best stadium in the world." So nice praise for giving, the stadium its prestige, glory, right? And then he has, "I'm so happy the people love me so much, even if I don't score. For me, having all this support from the fans, the team, everyone here, it means a lot. All this support from everyone here gives me confidence to score more." And that's great to hear, right? So that this is what he needed. And he adds, "I hope to score more goals for this club." And then adds, "The coach says that we both take the penalties. I don't want to force things. That's not my mentality. Just remaining humble, right?" And lastly, he adds, "Successor to Cristiano Ronaldo. He is my idol, yes, but no, I do not want that pressure. I want to be Kylian. Only pressure I have is of having to adapt to the team. So just remaining humble to what he has, right? And just like he did say in his words, right? Having his two goals, it was just perfect for him. It relieves the pressure, all that pressure and all that criticism that he was gaining right from the fans, from the press. It is at least relieved for some time, at least until the next game, that being Real Sociedad. But guys, now moving on to the reports, the injury reports, because even with some games, right, there has to be some bad news. And this all happened within the last 24 hours because the first injury that was brought upon one of our players, well, it is Ferland Mendy, because now it was being said that Mendy has injured his right tibia. And well, this is just not good news, right? We never want to have any injuries for our players. And when you look at our squad depth, especially in the defensive compartment, like we didn't have this conversation throughout this whole summer, right? Well, it's a problem because we don't have much depth in that department. And well, it is basically being said that apparently, well, his injury is not too serious and he will be playing against Real Sociedad. So this must be maybe a precautious, right? Maybe it's not that bad, but no need to play him, right? In the national team level, right? But another player that has actually suffered quite a critical injury is Ceballos because he has suffered an ankle injury, and this was put out a statement right by the club themselves actually, and they are saying that he is going to be ruled out from 6 to 8 weeks. So that puts us on, it just decreases that depth in the midfield. And another midfielder who was also picking up an injury, well, it's Chouameni. Despite him having a good match right over the weekend, well, now he's picked up an injury on his left foot, but it is rumored that the injury is not as serious as it seems. And it makes sense. Maybe it's not serious because the club, whether they put that statement right for Ceballos, they did not put out an injury statement for both Chouameni or Ferland Mendy. So both of them are expected to play against Real Sociedad. So if that is true and the club haven't actually gone out of their way to publicly put out a statement for these injuries, well, I think it's okay to say that they might be fine, right? Unless they do, then that's a different story. But with that being said, guys, what do you guys make of the game? What do you guys make of the injuries that were picked up? I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys did enjoy the weekend. And please enjoy this start to your week because we did end off on a good note. But with that being said, Hala Madrid y nada más.